Hi, I'm Caryn Treister, CEO, founder of Never Settle Life Coaching. Do you have enough joy in your life? Because today I'm going to show you how to focus and thrive magnificently. You all know who Steve Jobs was. And I want to tell you what he said on his dying bed. Despite all the wealth that he had, despite the respect that he said he had little joy. Wow, no one deserves that. And it takes focus. And it takes focus in all areas of your life. And we get to create the life that we want in your business, in your personal life, for your health, for your spirituality. And it's all about the harmony. And it starts with focus. So today I'm going to talk about 3 key components to focus and thrive magnificently. So let me just share a little bit of my story, because I didn't come from a ton of joy in a relationship that I had, and I wanted to speak about that. And I was in a place where I felt really stifled. I felt like I was not able to speak my mind. I was actually afraid to speak my mind. I felt very alone, and I felt like my self-esteem was very low because of all this. And I felt like I was wearing a mask because I couldn't be who I wanted to be. And so you can imagine the little joy. I felt like there was no light at the end of the tunnel, basically. And I did not ever think that I could come back from that, ever. And you know, it's interesting because all of a sudden, I was at a point where I don't even know what happened, but I could not take it anymore. Now, mind you, this was the last 10 years, but I was married for 36 years. And I love how Tony Robbins puts it. He says that your transformation starts when the impossible becomes possible. And that's what happened to me. And I went through a transition, and I went through a transformation, and I just blossomed. I went from those lower places into feeling fantastic, where I could focus and thrive magnificently. So that's what I want to bring you today. So get ready, get excited. You can come back. And I'm going to give you exercises and tools that you can take with you right now. And you can do it anytime to get you to a place where you feel joy. All right, so the first component is to put the spotlight on you. And so often we don't do that. We care about other people. We're always giving. And so specifically, take the spotlight off the outside world and put the spotlight on the inside. So focus on who you want to be. Focus on just more joy, and you get to increase your gratitude within you, and you get to get away from all the energy, the low energy in the outside world that's bringing you down. And it might be putting you in a place of fear or worry or angst. So I'm going to give you some ways to do this easily. So the first way is with gratitude. And I invite you to write down 3 things that you are grateful for. And this was a Harvard study that was done. And they found that when you do that, that it increases your it increases your positivity and your optimism. And then I would repeat those at night. And it's going to bring you joy when you can really feel that in your heart. And then the next one is to meditate. And I know it can be really difficult, and it's hard to keep away from all the distractions on the outside. So I want to make this easy for you. And I think this is so important because you can't meditate wrong. So if you're open, I want to just take 30 seconds and get you in a place where you feel good. So here's what I invite you to do is just to take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it. And you can close your eyes and let it out. And I just want you to think of something that you are so grateful for, something that makes you feel really good. Maybe it's an accomplishment that you just had recently. Maybe it's a phone call. Maybe it's something someone said to you, or your kids or your grandkids. Feel that in your heart and just see the picture. See yourself smiling. You can keep your eyes closed, see yourself smiling, and really feel that emotion. And then I want you to ask one question. What is it that I need to know right now? And you can connect with God, with higher power, with the universe, whatever you call it. And just listen and then take a deep breath in, full of gratitude, and let out any negativity. And hopefully you feel calmer and you feel some joy. It fills you up. When you can go within yourself and go to your higher consciousness, you're going to see the truth. You're going to get away from any of the negative stuff going on, and you get to focus on the real you, the authentic you, and what you want. And then the third way is to read something positive. Read something and get a book holder. It's a great idea, because if you're not focusing on an excerpt or something from the Bible or whatever it is, something that makes you feel really good, if you're not focusing on it, you're not going to be apt to go to it. So have that prompt at your desk or wherever you are during the day, and go to that often. So the first one again is to put the spotlight on you, on the inside. Now the second one, you're going to love this, okay? Because I'm going to teach you how to increase your concentration, because your concentration is going to increase your focus. Now let's talk about your will. Your will is the ability to hold an idea on the screen of your mind with the exclusion of distractions. So think about it. The more you can concentrate, the better your focus is going to be. It's like a muscle. It's a focus muscle. Think about being in a gym. Think about this exercise. Remember this? Ladies are going to remember this one, right? When you press the isometrics like this, it's going to put tension on your muscles and it's going to build your muscles. So when you do that, you're actually increasing your focus power again. So the first way you can do that is to light a candle. Get a candle, light a candle, and stare at the flame until you become one with the flame. And the more you can do this, the more you're going to increase your focus power. Now, yes, you're going to be distracted maybe and look away and maybe think it's silly. It's going to ground you. So if you're distracted at all during the day, it's a great way to get you back into that centered piece. And you can build your focus power. We all want more focus, right? I believe we do. The next way, this is going to be fun, okay, is to use your non-dominant hand. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried that before. I know when I used to do it, I thought, I could never do that. I could never develop this habit again. Well, I want to show you. It takes focus. It brings you back. It gets you centered. And it helps you to hone your concentration for your productivity, for your success, for everything in life. So I'm going to give you a challenge. And I took this challenge of 30 days and use your non-dominant hand for 30 days. And I want to show you, this was day 1. Can you see? Shaky and non-legible. And I was writing my gratitude, by the way. All right, that was day 1. This was day 30. Right? I can't believe it. And it helped with my focus power. Also, it made me feel great. I felt so much joy to have accomplished that. And you can do that too. You can change your habit. All right, so the last way to hone your concentration, and there's more, I'm just giving you 3 here, is to set a timer. So a lot of you may already have done the 15-minute increments. And if you haven't, these have to be laser focused, no phones, nothing around, and just go at your task or whatever it is you're doing, or 15 to 30 minutes, and then just increase those. So that's the third way to hone your concentration and build that focus power. And the last way I have for you is to shift your paradigm. And what is the paradigm, you may say? Well, it's a pattern of thinking that you developed a long time ago. And it's still in your brain, still in your subconscious mind. And we pull from that, and it affects the way we react. It affects the way that we talk and we speak and everything that we do. And we don't want those negative ones. For instance, it could be something that someone said, your parent or a teacher or a friend or anyone. And maybe somebody has said you can't write. I was told I couldn't sing. Guess what? I never sang. I never sang until I changed that paradigm. And I'm not a great singer. However, it stopped me for so many years because it's so indelible in your mind. So a lot of times I'll go in with my clients and figure out what that is that needs to be changed. So I'm going to give you a way to do that today. And maybe not to go deeper, you can always try the little meditation that we did. So also another thing is that I know I was noticing how many excuses I was coming up with. And I was really resisting, and I really could not understand why. And when I did that deeper work, I figured out that I was coming from a place of being a victim. I was coming from that lower energy, from fear, from worry, from just self-doubt. And consequently, I came up with excuses for everything. Oh, I went through so much they can't expect me to do that. Or I thought I wasn't good enough. Or I just thought, well, I'll never follow through anyway. My bar was really low. And when I shifted that paradigm, everything changed. I raised my bar. I started thriving. And my joy exploded. So I was focusing and thriving magnificently. And so a way to do that is, so I was coming, if you think about where you were, I was in that doubt and the fear and all those lower energies and worry. And I switched that. And I started saying affirmations, which I know you know about affirmations. And I switched them to an affirmative I am. So I would switch it to I am powerful. I am courageous. I am open. I am willing. I am bold. And so you can change those affirmations. And you may say, well, I've done affirmations before. Here's the thing. It takes consistency. It takes accountability with all this work. And when you can say it enough in your mind, your subconscious is going to believe it. And it just has to be said enough times, repeated. So go ahead, do the affirmations and change your paradigm. So when you are doing all these things, because you will be who you want to be when you do these. And when you change that paradigm, you've heard people say that you want to change the way that you are and be a certain person. You get that choice. You get the choice to be who you want to be. And it's just a matter of training your brain. I'm a mindset coach. So I've got so many tools that I use, and it's made such a huge difference because we all deserve joy in what we're doing. And even and not just work. We get to do the other parts too. So I just invite you to use this power. You have the power. And build that focus muscle. Build your focus muscle strong. And when you put the spotlight on you, hone your concentration, and shift your paradigm, you too can focus and thrive magnificently because you get to create it. Never settle.